And we sit there and we say, no SNAP benefits, oh well. No health insurance, oh well. You like it. I know you do. I know you do, but you're the idiot that I'm talking about. You're the idiot that I'm talking about. Some people just love chaos. This is too crazy. You can also use...
You think you know about relationships, but you're wrong. Listen, there's no magic bullet. I'm teaching life skills. You sick? You need medicine. It don't always taste good. But it'll get you better. You need this medicine. It ain't gonna always taste good. But this is what you need. Men and women, bottom line, we need to have this conversation.
I will teach you.
Your partner's going to give up control, but only if you know how to drive. This is about being the best you could ever be, whoever you are. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, LGBTQ, space alien. I'll save anybody. I don't care. I'll teach a hedgehog how to have a threesome. What do you mean by that? Look, you don't have to listen to me, but you're wrong. Listen, I know I'm great. And I know you're thinking, Dante, there's no way I could be like you. But you could be me, you know why? Because you know who I was? Before I was me, I was you. You man, score 202. Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again. I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.
Hey, yo, GYBB gets balls back. WWDD, what would Dante do? The Sexual Revolution being podcasted. And I am excited. What's popping, y'all? What's the deal? Everybody's still coming in. If y'all in the comments, give me a thumbs up if you hear me good. Give me a thumbs up if you hear me good. Big shout out to... Wait a minute. Hold on. Big shout out to Lloyd Hinton. Thank you for the $15 on the Cash App. That's what's up. We are also going live on TikTok as well. Trying to figure this out. At least until I get my stream key and I can go on live. Big shouts. Who's in the comments? If y'all hear me nice and clear, give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Camille in the city. Thanks, Let's Go Cards 04. Thank you. A little off. Like, how about now? How's that? Trying to work this out. Is that better? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me clear. Please. Thumbs up if you can hear me. People coming in on TikTok. Okay, awesome. Sound does sound a little off, huh? Shit. I don't know. Let me see what I could do with that. Audio. Let's see. If we could make it a little... I don't know. We might have to go with it on this today. But, if not, I mean, what are we going to do? Let me see what I could do. Echo cancellation. Photo. That. Background. High res. Let's go with the high res. Yep. All right. How people? How it sound now? Oh, I know why. There it is. You guys. Wait. Give it a minute. Yes, that should sound way better. If y'all are in the comments, just tell me how it sounds. Let me see if we get a thumbs up. Settings was a little off. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Let me get a thumbs up if the sound sounds clear so we can get into it. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Thank you. What up, Xavier? What's popping? And Dane Dap on TikTok. Thank y'all. If you want to call, okay, come here. We good now, right? Okay, my bad. Settings was off. My bad. What up, people? Everybody's still coming up. You know the telephone number's up. You know the Cash App is up. Give me some money, goddammit. Asby in the building. What's going on? Got a lot to talk about. I am in a great mood today, and I'm gonna tell you why. Big shout out to Vic Salas. Vic Salas, had to shout you out. I've been doing consultations with Vic Salas, one of the family, also Patreon member. Don't forget that, y'all. Follow the Patreon. Stop playing. Easiest and the best way to support the show itself is to follow the Patreon. Patreon is patreon.com/manschool202. Best way. Plus, you get a whole lot, bunch of bonus content. And when we do the Patreon episodes, you actually control the direction of what we talk about on the Patreon. So if you go to the Patreon, it's that. Anybody on TikTok, if you don't know, now you know. We're on YouTube. If y'all want to call in, you can call in right on YouTube. Or I'll give you the number. I'll let y'all know what the number is real quick, fast, in a hurry. The telephone number to call in is, hold on, it's coming up, people. It's coming up. Live consultation, live relationship consultation on air. 929-269-4922. If you are on big shout out to the Purple Skunks on TikTok, Zen Multi Universe, what's up? The phone number to call in for live consultations is 929-269-4922. That's what we doing. Y'all got me. Big thanks, Lloyd. Thanks for the money so early in the morning. Big shout to Matt. What's going on? I see you checking in. What's up? Here's what I want to I was in the process of shouting out Vic Salas has been doing consultation with me for quite some time, and then he disappeared for a minute, but he disappeared for a good reason. We started the program. Vic did started laying the 5 bricks, right? And he had did the 3-hour package, and I explained him what the process was. We did one consultation, and then we had one consultation, and he kind of held on. But Vic did 210 days of laying the bricks with no breaks. No breaks. TikTok, you're gonna have to stay tuned, because I'm gonna explain what laying the 5 bricks is. But I explained the 5 bricks with him, and I hadn't heard from him in a while, and he called up to do his last consultation, because you get 3 in the package. If you get a discount if you do 3 consultations in a row, DanteNero.com, click on consult, and he did 210 days of laying the 5 bricks, and then he called me up after that to get his last consultation, and I was really, wow. Let's Go Cards they said 1,050 bricks, or 1,000. It means he had paid compliments to 1,050 different women. Dope. Here's the deal. Okay, hold on. We got a call. Let me get into this. Ooh, boop, 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 boop.
To send a voicemail.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
DJ from New Mexico.
What up, D? What's going on, baby? How you?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How can I help you, family?
Yes, sir. So I got a situation with a girl. She's 18. I'm 25.
Okay.
She's been into me for a minute. I put in my head that I wasn't going to talk to no 18-year-old because I thought I was too old.
Yeah.
And then about this month, I've been trying to talk with her, and I asked her out because we go to volleyball once a week.
Okay.
That's how we know each other.
Okay.
And but other than that, I don't text her. I don't talk to her. Do nothing. But just besides see her once a week for volleyball.
Okay.
So this last time I seen her at volleyball, so she's into me. I asked her out one time. She said no. I think it was because it was too late. It was after volleyball. We get out pretty late.
When you say it was too late, you mean too late in the evening or too late she didn't want to deal with you? Okay. So when she said no, did you set up for something else at a later date?
No, I just so she said no, but thank you, and I said of course, whatever, and that was 2 weeks ago. So this week pulls up. I come in volleyball. I pull up late. Something happened after work and whatever. And then she wanted me to talk to her, but long story short, I didn't really talk to her. Didn't give her attention. She kind of thinks that I don't care and kind of mad. So
okay, why did you do that?
Well, because in my mind, I thought I didn't want to put no pressure on her. Like, I just asked her out last week. I was like, I'll just keep it cool, whatever. But, and then there's little things too. Like, we were on the same team the whole time this week. And I don't know.
Then that's even more of a reason that you had more access to her.
No, we weren't on the same team like the whole time.
Oh, okay. You weren't. I thought you said you were.
No, we weren't. We were on opposite teams the whole time. We did a switch teams, and I still ended up on the opposite team. So I just had no opportunity to talk. And
yes, you did. Stop. TJ, stop. Okay. First of all, what kind of, you said to me, you called up, and the first thing you said was, this girl, she's been into me, she's into me, blah, 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 whatever, right? That's what you said.
Yeah.
That was out of your mouth. And what makes you think that's the case?
Like she, I don't know. She just showed interest. Like,
okay,
she,
so
she tried to talk to me.
There had to be some reason why you thought that was the case. What was the case?
Yeah, I mean, she was excited to see me. She looked at me all the time.
Do you think that you were incorrect in that assumption?
No, not at all.
Okay, so this woman is attracted to you. She's giving you, points of interest, different indicators of interest, right? And you ask her out, and she says it's too late. Then you neglect to set something up right after that. Why didn't you set something up right after that? Say, listen, I know you are.
Like I said, I thought I was.
Wait. Let me finish. So she says no. She says, and you had just pursued. If you had just said, listen, I'd love to take you out. I know it's a little late now, but can we set something up for next week, or can we set something up for whatever? Blah 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 blah. Why didn't you do that?
Yeah, like I mean, I could explain it. I guess in general, I'm just scared.
Okay,
I don't want to put no
that's what I
pressure
want to
on
hear.
her.
DJ, here's what I'm saying. That's what I want to hear. I go, when we talk about this, when we talk about coming on this show, right? What's the 3 principles?
Yeah.
Do you know the 3 principles?
ACE,
yes.
Authenticity.
Authenticity, tell the truth. Credibility, keep your word. Right?
Yeah, and then empathy.
And empathy. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes. So I'm going to show you where you didn't practice none of this, right? You wanted to ask her out, right? You approached her, and she said it was too late, right? But you acted because she couldn't do it when you want, you got in your head, right? And you you think you didn't ask, you didn't set nothing, you were already in the room. Like, why didn't you just set up something for a later date if you were really interested? It's because you were afraid. And it's important when I ask you, why didn't you do it? I want you to understand something. It's okay to be afraid. And I'm saying that to everybody on TikTok, everybody on Instagram, everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube, everybody on X. It's okay to be afraid. Understand something. Fear only happens. Bravery. I'm sorry. Bravery only exists when fear is present, right? Nobody is being brave if they're not afraid first. Bravery is when you overcome fear. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And authenticity means you tell the truth all the time, right? So even when I ask you and you go, I don't know, I mean, I didn't have time, and we were on you did a whole fucking soliloquy about how you were on opposite sides, when the bottom line was you're afraid. And I want you to understand is one of the things in here on this podcast, and here the information and what I'm trying to get, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna call you out on your shit, but I want you to know that you have to be honest. If you can't practice ACE while you're on the phone with me, how are you gonna practice ACE when I'm not on the phone with you? Do you feel what I'm saying?
No, look, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you, but I did tell you I was scared.
Yeah, but you did that was after I had to squeeze it out of you. And I want you to understand something. I'm not even tripping about that. I just want you to know that is where you have to live on that honesty. That's the first thing you got to do. Be honest. If you don't know, if you haven't figured out your feelings, then you got to be honest. Here's why. Because if you don't practice that every single day, if you're not making a point to be honest, right? Then you're not going to be able to do it any other time, right? And I want you to understand it's okay, right? But here's what's crazy about the fact that you're worried about something, and then the first thing you said to me on this phone call was that she's into you, right?
Yeah.
So you knew she was into you.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just go in on that? Here's the other thing. There's no way that you can put yourself out there, right? To meet somebody or to be with somebody or whatever, and you're not at risk of being rejected. Right? Yeah. It just never happens. It will always happen. If it doesn't happen this time, and it will eventually happen. And you got to show her that you're man enough to put yourself out. You got to show her that you're not only at that, but she's worth you speaking up and saying what's important to you. Secondly, if you asked her out and then didn't follow up, right? And then you come around the next time and you meet up volleyball again and you don't ask her the second time, right? Which I'm assuming you didn't do that, right?
No, not at all.
If you didn't ask her the second time, then you got to understand, women are way more insecure than we even think. And the more attractive they are, the more insecure they are. Very rarely that you're going to find a super attractive woman that's not super insecure. And one of the reasons is because she knows she's attractive. And there's some women who, because they're super attractive, they're cocky because guys are simping and making them believe. But here's the crazy thing about, I've said this all the time, this is why you have to practice ACE, because it gives you an opportunity where other people don't have control over you. Let me explain what I mean. If you only give a fuck about, if you don't care about anything but what other people think about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's great when they think you're great, right? But guess what happens when they think you ain't shit?
I ain't shit.
You ain't shit, right? So you don't pick the compliment up, and then you don't have to pick up the criticism. I'm not saying that you have to still be aware of what the reality of any particular situation is. You still got to be aware. You got to still evaluate yourself in a real sense, and because ACE doesn't, and authenticity doesn't refer to outwardly how you treat people, but you got to be honest with yourself, right? So if you slipping and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you got to call and check yourself. When you check yourself, and then somebody says, well, you this. If you're hiding that from other people. If you're not open and honest about it, right, then they can use that to bring you down. They can use that to abuse you. They can use that to take your self-esteem. So, so I'll give you an example. Even with my situation, I have not had my stripper body for many years, right? I didn't have my six pack. I didn't have my cum gutters for many years. So if a chick says I'm too big for her or I'm too whatever, I'm like, bitch, I have a mirror. Like, I shower. I know what I look like. I just think that I have more to offer than just I just feel like I have more to offer than just my basic fundamental, my body. So I mean, like, I there's never a situation where a woman's gonna be with me where she's not gonna learn something. She's gonna do cool shit. I'm gonna have her back. She's gonna do things she never did. She's gonna meet people she never thought she could meet. There's a plethora of things that I offer. But if you're looking for a nigga with a six pack, I don't have that. Now, I'm not saying I'm not working on that, but I'm aware of that, right? But what I'm saying is if I already know that, and you try to say that as a way of trying to take me down a peg, right? Mm-hmm. You ain't doing it because I already know this. You're not telling me nothing I don't know. If you call me baldy, I'm like, no kidding, bitch. You don't think I'm aware that I don't got no hair? I shave it off every day. The hair that I have, I shave it off. So do you understand what I'm saying? So we got to be honest with ourselves, right? Now, here's the difference. Here's my point. Let me make my point. When you have an attractive girl, women are not used to being rejected because women don't put themselves out there. Very rarely you will see a woman that will put herself out there and then she's going to put herself out there so she can be rejected. Women trap. They don't hunt. They get all pretty, put all got the booty popping, the titties is out, they push together, they sit at a bar or whatever, and they giggle and laugh, and then you come over into the trap. But they don't actually pursue you and hunt you. You feel what I'm saying? They just make themselves available so that you can hunt them. You understand? So, but here's what happens. When you have clearly, when you asked her out, it's a point of you're showing her that, hey, I'm interested. I'd like to take you out. When you don't follow up after that, here's the empathy part that's important. What do you think she thinks?
That I don't care and that she's probably not special to me.
Exactly. And so now what you're doing is you're triggering her insecurity because you just didn't follow up. Now she's not going to think, well, because her insecurity makes it about, she's going to make it about her. Oh, well, he must not like me. He must not think I'm attractive. Plus she's young. So because she's young, she's going to be super, super sensitive about that you don't like her. And then in turn, because of the fact that she wants to avoid the rejection, guess what she's going to do? She'll reject you first.
Well, listen, this last time, like I said, I didn't talk to her the whole time, but at the end, I told her bye, shook her hand, but she gave me a little weak handshake and didn't even look me in the eyes. So she's mad at this point.
Right.
So, I mean, like, I understand, like, I messed up. She probably don't feel special.
Okay, so how do you rectify that? If she don't feel special, she likes you. Let me ask you this. Do you think at any point that all of a sudden you think that her emotions or whether the fact that she likes you or she don't like you, you think that has changed all in one fell swoop?
Look, I don't think so, but this has been going on since.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Well, right. You could be fucking it up, but here's my point. If you find a girl attractive and you hit her on or whatever happens, right?
Yeah.
Just because she rejects you, you don't find her attractive anymore?
Not at all.
Okay, what about if she rejects you and then she comes back and she says, I was just shy and I just, I didn't know what to say. What are you going to respond to that when she comes back the next day after she's rejected you? What are you going to do?
Like, all right, well, let's schedule something.
Let's get it popping, right?
Yeah.
So do you understand? You know what empathy means is that you can walk in other people's shoes, but you got to understand. But what you're doing is saying, what would I feel if I was in that position? Correct?
Right. Right.
So this is not a problem. Yeah, you fucked up, but it's not that you can't fix it. You just, do you have a phone number for her?
Look, we got a group chat.
That's a yes
but
or no. Do you have her phone number?
No,
Why don't you have her phone number?
I ain't never asked her. I'd want to ask her.
And why not? You like her.
Yeah, that's yeah. You right.
Understand something, DJ. I'm getting at you, but I'm not getting at you. I get it.
No, you good.
I get the point that we're nervous and we don't want to be rejected and stuff like this. But you got to understand when I ask people, how does a woman know who you are?
You tell her.
You tell her. And how do you tell her?
By how you act.
How you act, what you say, what you do, how you dress, how you approach, the cadence of your voice, the depth of your voice, how you look at her, and she's receiving all of these. Like, this is not her first rodeo. You're not the first dude that she ever found attractive, right? So she does know how to read the signals, right?
Yeah.
And
well, I think so. She's young,
right. But what I'm also saying is, how do you think that you are what if you didn't actually make it clear about what you wanted to do? How do you think, what is she left to interpret based on how you have acted?
Is that a question?
Yeah, that's a question.
Okay. Yeah. She probably also thinks that I'm just trying to hit it if I just interested that quick and just lose interest, So I don't
number
know
of things. Or maybe you don't
on.
like her no more. Maybe she's not. Maybe you got some. It could be any number of things. But what we do know is she doesn't think favorable of she's not favorable of the social interaction, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is to you is, here's this a situation where you have to understand what the perspective is. Now, when's the next time? Is there any way you can get in contact with her?
We got volleyball every week. We got it coming up this week, so that's the only way.
Big shout out. Thanks, Xavier, for the $10 on the Cash App. Send me some money, y'all. Yeah, but I'm saying before that, you have a group chat. Can you hit her up in the group chat? Can you hit her in the group chat directly, or you have everybody has to see?
I don't even know which one's her number.
Okay, but you know she's in it.
I don't know the number, so I don't know.
But do they know? Would they know? Can you put, hey, this is DJ blah 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 blah, so and so, hit me back?
I could do that. Yeah, that's crazy to me though.
Why is that crazy?
Well, given what just happened last time, and I just think that's crazy, like bold.
Yeah, why do you think it's crazy?
In the group chat, putting everybody's like in our situation.
Yeah, nobody's in your situation. You just say, yo, such and such hit me. This is DJ, hit me back on this number.
Well, maybe. All right.
Now, let me tell you why it matters. And what you basically say is, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who sees it or don't see it. I'm trying to get at, like, yo, I need to talk to you immediately. Do you understand? Do you understand when we say how a woman knows who you are is by what you do? A guy who does that is basically saying to everybody else, what are you communicating?
Wait, can you say that again?
If you do that, what are you communicating to everybody else in the group chat?
That I'm interested in her.
That you trying to get it, and you don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks, right?
And that's also the thing too. Is it's a crowded area. I don't know how. I'm not a social pickup.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about what you. We already did it the way that you normally do it, right? And how'd that work out?
Yeah, I got fucked up.
Exactly. So I don't want to hear about how you do it, because the way you do it is wrong.
All right.
And you got to stop saying I'm not really that social dude. I get that may be true. And Supernova says hug her instead of shaking her hand. He's
Yeah.
absolutely right. What you want to communicate is that you find her attractive, and a great gesture is that you don't have her number. You feel in a kind of way, and you reach out and basically say in front of the whole group, "Yo, this is DJ. What's the girl's name? Whatever her name is. Say, yo, wherever you are, hit me back on this number, right?"
Mm.
And what do you?
Alright.
And everybody else is gonna be like, "Damn, this nigga bold," but he also don't give a fuck. How do you think every other chick in that chat is gonna be like, "Damn, this nigga, he don't give a fuck. He going for his," right? And how do you think that makes her feel?
Special.
Special. And how do you want her to feel? Special. And why do you
Yeah.
want to make her feel special? Because you spend so much time not making her feel special. You feel me?
Yeah.
Everything that
So
you've
can
done
I tell you what I had in mind?
Yeah, I don't really care, but go ahead. You can tell me because I already gave you the solution.
No, I'll do your thing, but I just wanted, like, I was thinking, look, next time I pull up, I see a volleyball, I was just gonna tell her, like, right there, as I tell her hi, just look, if you're still
Wait,
interested,
how are you
we can
listening? How are you listening right now?
How am I listening?
Yeah, how are you listening to the show right now?
Well, I got it on my phone.
Yeah, but what platform?
YouTube.
Okay. People are in the chat right now. Anybody who well, I'm not even gonna do that to you. Who do you think's method is better?
Yours.
Why not? Why do you think that? Not just because it's
Well, I'm
mine.
calling.
Not just because it's mine, but why is that a better situation?
Yeah, it just gets straight to the point. And that's what
It's
I'm trying
straight to the point. And what else does it do? It makes it clear about what your intentions are, right? Makes your intentions clear. And it also says a lot about you as a person. It says that you as a person are a guy who don't take no shorts and that you go after what you want. You feel me?
Yeah.
And don't you see how that would make her more attracted to you than anything else?
Yeah, I can see it.
Dog, I have had situations where there was a bunch.
I've never done before.
There's a group. Well, I don't care about that either. That's what the whole point you listening to this podcast, because we want you to do things that you've never done before. My point is, if there's 3, 4, 5, 10 girls in a group, I walk right into the group and say, "Excuse me," to the girl that I want. I thought you were amazingly attractive. I wanted to come in and introduce myself. And I want everybody else to feel uncomfortable. Do you understand? Because I want them to go, "God damn, this motherfucker he ain't no joke. Like, he stepped up. Like, what? I've never, ever met somebody said my way got me divorced on TikTok. Big shouts to Mr. Shane. I've never ever had a situation where a woman doesn't want a strong man. Even if you're not the man that she wants, she don't want you to be weak. She wants you to be strong. She wants you to exhibit the fact that you are willing to fight for her, that you're willing to take a stand. And also, it's also a thing of not just fight for her, but it's like, you got to be confident enough to say, see, all of this like strategizing and waiting, and I'm going to wait till the next one. You know why you're doing that? You're doing that because you're strategizing. You know why you're strategizing? Because you're not sure if you could win. Even the fact that you told me, even the fact that you specifically told me, right, that she's attracted to you and she's been attracted to you. You now all of a sudden you want to pursue it, and now this is what I talk when I talk about this is what I talk about when you go when people talk about being definitive about your or having a direction about the choices you make. Because if you don't have, if you're not exhibiting, the communication happens in a lot of ways. 65% of all human communication is nonverbal. It's what you do, the choices you make, it's how you do things. And I've never met a woman who didn't want a strong man. Now, women don't want a strong man who's going to be overbearing or abusive or insecure. You don't want a ditty dude who's strong in the fact that he's chasing you around with a towel trying to knock you upside your head. But you want somebody who's very definitive about his ideas and how he's going to live. That's somebody. So you got to be the party bus, and they got to. And if you're the party bus, they gonna want to get on. You feel me? And that doesn't come in you being shy or unclear about what it is you want. It's clear. You have to be clear about what you want, and if you're clear about what you want, all that does is make them more attractive.
Right.
I was telling somebody about this there was this lady, and she was, and I kind of was flirting, but not, but she was like, she's like PhDs, and she runs schools, right?
Mm.
She runs a bunch of schools. She was a principal, right? Super educational, and she was hanging out with her uncle, and her uncle was like 87 years old, but she took her uncle out, right? And she was, I'm out with my uncle, such and such. And I was like, oh, you cute. Well, what you doing out here? And I go, what kind of work you? She goes, she reads off the the resume. I did side that, I run 8 schools in different places in Manhattan, but I'm from Philly, and I try da. And I was like, I could tell, but she kept telling her uncle, like, finish your drink, I'm gonna call you the Uber, da. She's just real bossy. And I was like, I know you don't have no man. And she goes, why you say that? I go, because I know, I could tell you don't have no man because you too bossy. And a weak man, I was like, a weak man's gonna run from you. But I was like, I ain't scared of you. I said, I ain't scared of you. I go, and she was like, you don't have to be scared of me. I say, see, all of that waving, and I don't care about none of that. Because that's all, because when it all comes down to it, right? You, me, your little volleyball friend, we all want companionship. We all want to be with somebody that cares about us. We all want to be loved. We want to be accepted. We want people to be affectionate to us. We want people to validate us. And so all of that other peripheral shit is just bullshit. When you get down to the, when you get down to who you are, to the base roots of who we are as human beings, and if you're a straight man, you want the company of a woman. If you're a gay man, you want the company of a man. If you're a lesbian, we all want connection. Do you know what I'm saying? And what happens is, because of your fear, you think it's just you, which is crazy, because you started this conversation off saying that she liked you.
Yeah.
Like you literally forgot that part of the whole equation. That she was attracted to you first, and you didn't want to date her because you thought she might be too young.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that go in the equation? Now you strategize. Well, next time when you get off this call, you go on that group chat. You send her a mail. I mean, it's late. It's Sunday. She might not get it right away. I don't know if they're, and you say, listen, this is DJ, blah, 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 blah. She knows your name, right?
Yeah.
This is DJ. And you tell her, I'm not sure which one of these are your numbers. I want you to text me or text me as soon as you can, and so I can call you back. I need to talk to you. And if anybody comments it on the group chat, just ignore it. If she gets it, she's going to hit you back. And if she don't hit you back, then you could go with your plan B the next time y'all go. But then you go, listen, I had a lot on my mind, which you did. I mean, you was nervous and didn't want to get rejected. Had a lot on mind, but I really like you, and I'd love to take you out. Bam, over. I'd be hard pressed I would almost guarantee that this is not going to be a problem. But you got to make these decisions. You ever hear me talk about fear? What my philosophy on fear is?
No, I don't think so.
What I say is fear exists between the time that the opportunity is presented and it grows the longer you take to access the opportunity. So you know what I mean by know what that means? It means that when you have an opportunity, right? Whatever that opportunity is, the longer you take to access that opportunity, the more like the fear starts to build. And once the fear builds, right? Guess what happens?
Yeah.
It grows, and then it paralyzes you as a person, and then you can't even move forward because you're so paralyzed. And so it's constant. The fear is constantly growing. So the longer you wait, the harder it is. So and I learned this when I was young. Like, so as soon as if I went to, I always say this, when I used to go to I would go to like the school dance or the rec center dance or something, whatever party, or the Roxy or whatever, or Octagon or whatever I was hanging out when I was younger, and I'd see a girl that I like. As soon as I walked in, I would be like, I would walk over. Sometimes it'd be snowing outside. I have my winter gear, my gloves. I run, I want to dance with you. And most of the times, because I was so forward and I was in her face, she took it as confidence. And she'd go, oh, okay, let's go. And I'd be, hold on, let me just put my coat down. I'll be right back. What's your name? Blah, 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 blah. And then we'd be in it. And because I was so forward, guess what she thought? She thought that I was a maniac. Like, she was like, oh, this nigga's all about it, right? But what I was really doing was I was fighting my own fear, my internal fear. Yeah. So when you access that fear and you act on it right away, it makes it much easier. The longer you take to access it, the more difficult it is. Think of it like this. Let's say you got a big boulder, right? And a boulder drops out of the sky, right? And it's bouncing. If it's bouncing, you can push it and move it while it's bouncing. Even if the boulder's bigger than you can push it, put force again and move it, right? The minute that boulder stops moving and it sinks in the sand, you can't move it. Why? Because things are in motion. It's a physics. I don't know if you remember physics. It's things in motion tend to stay in motion. Things at rest tend to stay at rest. So anytime you access these things, and this is what happens. This is not just with women. This is with men. This is with jobs. This is with situations where we need to confront certain people about certain. When we're uncomfortable, we bite our tongue. We're afraid of what the response is going to be, and so because of it, we don't say it, and it never gets better. See, if we're communicating, there's always an opportunity or a chance for things to get better. But if we leave it like it is and we let it settle, all we're doing is making it more difficult and more hard for ourselves. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so what you gonna do when you get off the phone?
Send a message in this group chat. She hits me up and tell her, look, I like you. Let's hang out.
Yeah, and tell her, yo, I was bugging this weekend. I didn't mean to I felt like I neglected you. Tell her I felt like I neglected you, and I thought I should call you because I didn't think that was fair. I felt like I was giving you mixed signals, and I'm not a dude who does that. I'm a straight up dude that wants people to I want women to know what's going on in my head. I don't like to leave that situation ambiguous. You feel me?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I just dump all that, or
huh?
I keep it concise? Or,
You can hit her with that. I mean, it's the first time you're on the phone with her. Say, yo, I dig you, and I was a little thinking. It was really bothering me. I was sitting home, and it was really bothering me that I felt like I didn't treat you right. And I'm a man who, I don't want to. I would never want to do that to anybody, especially somebody who I'm attracted to. Bam. Game. You feel me?
And I feel you. No, I feel you. I'm just thinking. I'm like, all right. And let's say she don't respond, and I just wait till I see her again.
Then you wait till you see her
again. Can I do that in person?
Yeah, sure.
That works?
Sure.
In front of everybody? Just like that?
Huh? In
front of everybody?
Absolutely in front of everybody. Like, you don't care. See, because if you're hiding it or you take, it's almost like I'm not. You know what I'm saying? The truth happens in the light. If you like this girl and you're attracted to her, why why does it care? Why do people care? Why do you care what
Yeah.
somebody thinks? You know who you are. You know what your value is. You've made a decision about her, clearly. Who gives a fuck? Who that plays goofy ass volleyball has the right to judge you about who you like, who you don't like, what you do? Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Don't never give people that kind of control over you. Okay?
Yeah, I will.
I'll be live Tuesday. I want you to call me back and tell me what happened.
I got you, brother.
All right, DJ. Easy.
I appreciate it, man.
Easy.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, that it's a situation where we shun away from the things that, we don't do the stuff that we know we should do, and then we do the stuff, we do the opposite of what we should do, because we're like, a lot of times we're in our head about this, and what we're really trying to do is preserve our own ego. And that's never good, man, because I can't say that a woman will always respond to that, because she might not. But if she does, if you do it and she's into you, she gonna respond to it. She has no choice. If something has changed, if he misread what the signals are, and she's not really into him, which I doubt that very seriously. Doesn't sound like it. But by him waiting, it's the worst thing. When I used to work in the phone company, and I had a partner of mine. Well, let me see who got this number. Somebody's calling in. Hold on.
Accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's your name? Where you calling from, family?
Hey, what's up, Dante? It's Xavier.
What up, Xavier? How you doing, bro?
Hey, how you doing? Just want to say what's up, man.
What's going on, baby? How you?
I'm pretty good, Dante. Pretty good. Yeah, I was listening to the live. I'm listening to the live, and yeah, I agree with that. With everything that you're saying. But I think this is also a report back from an answer that you and Harry gave me a couple of weeks back.
Okay.
Essentially, the situation was, how do you deal with things from the past and then in the present moment?
What was the specifics?
Specifically was, like when you're living your life and then you think about the past and you can't get over that.
Yeah.
Like abuse or just being treated bad, which I guess is the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you and Harry's advice was, you have new skills now as a grown ass man. Nobody can ever do it, anything to you, which is, it's hella obvious, but not to me at that time.
Well, it's not obvious to anybody, because you're still existing on the fears that you had as a child. And what you're not doing is you're looking in the mirror as you as a child, instead of in terms of who you really are. This happens a lot of times when you get guys who are overweight, and then they lose 100 pounds, 150 pounds or something like that. And then they looking better and they get in shape. And then what happens after that is a lot of times they'll still have fat guy mentality.
That's right.
And so they're you want to, the dude be 6-pack, 6'2", 6'1", fucking 20-inch arms, 22, 23-inch arms, and then like, could you kind of want to maybe go out to coffee with me, maybe, if you don't want to, sometimes if you're not doing nothing, sometimes maybe, if you're not doing anything, if you don't mind. And then she goes, ugh, like, I like him and he's handsome, but like, I gotta babysit this motherfucker, so I don't want this.
That was my early 20s, Dante.
Yeah, I get it. So it is what it is. But yeah, so how did it go?
Pretty good, because now that I apply that to everything in every situation, and then sort of having a conversation with myself as I am now, and then looking at things not better, not worse, but as they are, and it's strengthening a lot of my identity of, when I go into an episode of like, damn, I feel like that time. No, hang on. This is who I am now. This is who I am. I
Right.
know who I am. Yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah. I feel like $1 million all the time. So just wanted to say that.
I appreciate you,
Dante.
Zave. I appreciate you, bro. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
I'll let you.
All right.
Yeah, don't forget, that's the interesting about the consultations. When I do the consultations, we dig into that. We dig into those kind of sensitive parts that that kind of undermine your thinking, make you look at it and make you deal with it so that it doesn't have any control on you. And if you need a one-on-one consultation, hit me at DanteNero.com, and you can click on consult and you can get me. And we can dig into whatever dark recepts and stuff that's going on. Phone lines is open, my people. Let me make sure this is up. Okay, that's up. Here we go. Phone lines is up, 929-269-4922. We up and running. There was a few people that called in while I was on that call, but the phone lines are open, so y'all can call in. But yeah, another thing is like this whole idea of the where we begin to strategize. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of times we only strategize because we don't think we're worthy. Do you know what I mean? Like if Steph Curry is going to do a benefit at an elementary school, right? And he's going to play with the elementary school kids, right? Chances are that he is definitely not, how should I put it? He's not looking at game tape of this elementary school's team. He doesn't have to, because he's so far above these kids that he doesn't have to strategize. See, the strategy should only come in when you're playing with people on your level, somebody that can beat you. But when you feel as though that and it's not a game per se, you know what I'm saying? It's like not like you're trying to win, but understand something. It's when the insecurity comes in when you're saying to yourself, I don't deserve what I'm asking for. So I gotta make sure that all of the variables are in place in order for me to ask for what I ask. What's your name? Where you calling from, family?
Hey, baby, it's Will from Jersey.
What up, Will? What's going on, bro? How can I help you?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Hey, so I already know what I already did wrong, but I wanted to get your feedback on the situation that I had happen to me a couple of days ago.
Okay.
So I already know I haven't been laying down the 5 bricks. I haven't been practicing it like I should. Most of it comes out of fear and
sure.
I guess just laziness.
Sure.
So I know that's one of the things that it's the foundation of everything, right? That's one thing I need to focus on. Without that, I can't move on forward onto the next phase.
Right.
So I had this situation happen to me a week ago. I had a girl hit me up on a dating app.
Yeah.
She was the one that reached out first.
Okay.
And I mean, it went well. We took her from the app. From the app, it went to the cell phone to text. From text, it went to phone call. From the phone call, it went to FaceTime. And from the FaceTime, eventually we made a date where I was just like, yo, do you want to meet up? Let's meet up on Sunday.
Well, hold on. Let me just acknowledge that process of that. That's great.
Yeah.
You have to talk to somebody. I mean, I know that a lot of women will say that they don't talk on the phone. I don't text. But you got to understand something. You want her to feel comfortable about you. I say this, there's a level of empathy that I think men, even though that, you're going, look, we need to talk on the phone. Even though they don't want to talk on the phone, the point is that you want an opportunity to make them comfortable. Every time a woman has to talk to a dude, she has to think, will this dude unalive me or grape me? That is in the
Mm-hmm.
front, the front of their brain immediately, that you guys, because guys suck. And they've been abusive to
Yeah.
women for so long, and they've done so much stuff. This is why they think that. So what happens is you have to be in a situation where you have to make that clear. So the simple fact that you went from the app to the texting to the phone call to FaceTiming, she starts to feel comfortable, because then you're not
Mm-hmm.
being deceptive about who you are, and then this way she can trust you. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah. This whole thing went south. I know it's my fault. The whole thing is my fault. But you just mentioned it right now, right? For her to feel 110% comfortable with you, and you know, this is the first time that we're meeting up. She is gonna have that thought go through her head: is this guy gonna unalive me? Is
Right.
this guy going to grape me? So we ended up having that conversation 2 or 3 days prior to us meeting up, and I was like, "Look, I completely get it. You know, if this
What
isn't something that
conversation?
you're
What conversation do you have?
The conversation came up after she was watching a like a murder documentary, something like
Mhm.
that. She was watching it on YouTube,
Yeah.
and then she mentioned she was just like, "Oh, I'm really nervous to meet up with you on Sunday. I just hope you know, like, you don't kill me or anything like that." At first I took it as a joke, and I tried to deviate it to a much more lighter conversation, talking about like something a little bit more like,
Yeah.
you know, not so serious.
Yeah.
And then the topic came up again, and I was like, you know what? It was very inconsiderate on my behalf to not take that topic seriously.
Right.
I just want you to know that I'm not a creep. I'm not a dude. You know, I want you to feel comfortable. And if you don't
Okay,
feel
first of
comfortable
all,
at
let me
all,
say
that's
this.
totally
You
fine.
don't
We can just,
say I'm not a
yeah,
creep. I'm not a creep. I'm not, like, that's what creeps and murderers say. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
What you
Mm-hmm.
want to address is her feelings. Listen, I totally get that you're not comfortable and you're afraid. And if you wanna take your time and you want us to talk a little more, or you want us to meet in an open place or something like that, maybe we could go for coffee. Because if you're making that, I feel like we're hitting it off, and I go, but I don't want you to be uncomfortable. So address what the issue is, not what the issue you think it is. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing you got to do. Is you listen. I don't want you to be uncomfortable. I go.
Mm-hmm.
This is very early stages, and I want you to be as comfortable as so that you can bring the best version of yourself, and I can bring the best version of myself, so that we don't have to so that we're not misconstrued about where we're coming from. So whatever I can do to make you comfortable, I would do that.
Yeah. She told me she felt completely comfortable with me because we would literally talk every single day, like from the
Okay,
morning
so
in the afternoon,
why did it go
at
left?
nighttime. I have no idea, man. I mean, I don't know how the conversation led up to that.
Led up to
Um,
what? You didn't tell me what it was yet.
it's all of our conversations usually is just like, it's an extraction of information, right? I'll ask her, hey, what are you into? Like, oh, you read books. So we're both asking each other questions of like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Things of that nature. She ended up sending me a screenshot of a book that she told me about.
Yeah.
And then on the screenshot, there was a little video on the top right corner. And I was like, hey, I noticed you're watching something. What's that? Is that like a movie or a show or something? She's like, no, it's like a murder, suicide, like criminal kind of situation documentary. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's interesting.
Mhm.
And then that's how it led up to the conversation of like, oh, I'm nervous to meet up with you on Sunday. I hope, you know.
Okay,
you
but
won't
where
kill
did you
me.
done telling me where did it go left?
Well, I ended up canceling the plans to meet up with her.
Why?
The reason why is because for me, I picked up on like one or two red flags. One of the red flags was is that she kept on like comparing me to her best friend. She was like, oh, like you guys are the same. You guys are into anime. You guys are Dominican. You guys are both from Jersey. You guys both like Japanese culture. And I was just, you know, I didn't want to say anything, but underneath, I felt uncomfortable being compared to a guy I've never even met before.
Why?
Because I'm my own individual.
Yeah, but she
I'm
doesn't know
like, I
you,
don't
and all
know.
she has is a reference to this. So you blew
Yeah.
this because of whatever. Why
hmm
didn't you just tell her what you thought? Why didn't you just say, I'm a little uncomfortable, you comparing me to somebody that I don't even know? I mean, but I go and I really, it just makes me uncomfortable. Why didn't you just say that?
Well, I didn't say it at the beginning because she only mentioned it one time. After she mentioned it like 4 or 5 times,
Yeah, but you
then I
said
was
you
like, you
didn't
know
say it the
what?
first time, but did you say it the 4 or 5 times afterwards?
Yes.
Okay, and what did she say?
She said, "Oh, I didn't know that was uncomfortable for you or that bothered you."
Okay, so then why'd you cut the date?
She called me at, what was it, like 11:30 at nighttime. She was a bit drunk, and the story that she gave me didn't, like, the pieces didn't add up.
Okay, look,
She
you're
said,
taking too long to get to the story. I need you. We got other people calling and tell me what was the thing that made it go left.
she was drunk and she told me that she had a friend of hers drop her off at her house, a guy that she used to live with. And then I was like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable with that. I texted her, I changed my mind. I'm not interested. It was a pleasure getting to meet you. Have a good rest of your day.
Why?
And that was it.
Why?
I guess it was fear. I was scared, to be honest with you. I was just scared.
All right, so you sabotage your own shit. I mean, you don't know what the situation with her ex was. You don't know if they're just friends. You don't know if she might even be friends with her girlfriend. They might be friends and be platonic. Her friend. How about this? How about her friend could have dated her and then they broke up because he's gay now. I mean, like, this is ridiculous that you put all of this shit on her as if there's something wrong with her. And you didn't even find out. Now, don't get me wrong. All of that might have been a real concern, but you'll never know that because of what? Because you didn't stand 10 toes down.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Also, I know the biggest mistake that I made in this whole scenario, this whole situation, was that I was, what's the word? I was being too pushy. I was being too thirsty.
I don't think so. If she called you as she was drunk, to what made you think you were too thirsty? Y'all was set up for the date. She's drunk. You the person she calls you. She doesn't lie about the fact that some guy dropped her off. She was being honest. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even understand what your problem was. Like, this is so ridiculous. You walked yourself in the front of the door and walked yourself right out the back door.
Yeah.
And
No,
then you're acting like it was something with her. Like, don't get me wrong, if there was something that was, if you felt that there was something that was unreconcilable, by all means. But what was unreconcilable? That she knows guys that she doesn't know, that she's friends with an ex, that she got drunk and she has a friend that took her home and she was smart enough to not, get that to go home on her own, or to take the train, or the fact that she's friends with, that she has somebody that she was intimate with sometime, and that they still have a good enough relationship that she's. I mean, this is just so ridiculous. You just sabotage yourself, and then what you're doing is that you're sabotaging yourself in a situation that you actually created the scenario. Like, you pursued her, you got her, this, that, the other. So let me ask you this: when you keep saying to me, I know where I fucked this up, where do you think you fucked it up?
I was being too pushy with the sex because we had an agreement where we were going to have a friends with benefits situation, but that I didn't want to be in a relationship. And she made it clear to me that she didn't know what she wanted, but that she was going to try this out and see where it went.
I don't understand.
My problem is that.
So what was your problem? What was?
Where I messed up is that I was just like, hey, when we meet up on our date on Sunday, after we go out for coffee, after we go and get some food and hang out and go walk in the park, do you want to have sex after? And her response was, I haven't even met you yet. I don't even know if that's something that I want to do. And I was like, see, I already fucked up.
Yeah, but she was still willing to go on the date, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean, you're out of here. I don't know what the fuck you was doing. So first of all, it's something you probably shouldn't have said, not just because, I don't know why you be pressing the fucker right away. You didn't even decide whether you wanted to fuck her yet. Unless that's how you, and this is, I got to go into this because this is really important. Whew, man, you're making my head hurt because
I'm sorry.
No, because it's good because it needs to be said. Understand something. Just because somebody has a vagina doesn't mean that they're worthy of your time and your effort. And if you're so shallow, right, that you feel like you have a couple of conversations with her, you want to have sex after and look, I mean, if that's your approach and that's how you get down. But here's the thing, you didn't even know whether you wanted to be with her. You didn't even know if you wanted to spend a couple of hours with her talking and much less be inside of her vagina. It's just bugging. I'm not saying that that's not always the fact that she's flirting with you and the fact that she didn't go, are you out your fucking mind, and cut you off was sound like she was a goodie. Because she took everything and all the mistakes that you made, right? Every mistake that you made. Number one, that you were too pushy. Number two, that you were interpreting stuff that you shouldn't have been interpreting, that you read into other stuff, that you, it's just weird. Then you're looking into, it's like you being a real weirdo, dog. And then she goes through all of that and she's still like, I'm still down to go on a date. And then you break the date off? Do you not see how fucking crazy that is?
Nah, it definitely is crazy. I know I'm not ready to go on any dates and meet anybody.
You don't know shit. That's the point. You don't know shit. And not only do you not know shit, you're making these assumptions about this based on some other. You need to look, here's what you need. You need to get a consultation immediately. Because there's a whole lot of stuff that's going on underneath this that I can't get into right now that makes you act in this way. Then all of a sudden the chick still likes you, and then you turn her down because she likes you, because that's what you did. Don't forget this, the one-on-one consultations, DanteNero.com, click on consult. I'm going to tell you what happened. The fact that you didn't like the fact that this girl liked you. That no matter how horrible your approach was, no matter how pushy you were, no matter how, and she said, yes, you're still good enough. And when you heard that, you were like, well, if you think I'm still good enough, there must be something wrong with you, because I clearly don't think I'm worthy of any of that.
I definitely believe I'm not worthy because I haven't laid the foundation. I haven't done the 5 breaks.
It doesn't matter, but what does that have to do with this particular situation? All the mistakes you made, she was still trying to be down.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? But this is the point. The real point with this is this. You're basically saying, I don't want to be with somebody who wants to be with me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be part of any club that'll have me as a member.
Yeah, the comment section is correct, man. I don't think I'm worthy, bro. That's the problem.
That's something that has to be fixed underneath it. Because even though you got all this other garbage underneath all this, it's like you get stabbed or something, and then you got to clean the wound out. Like when you have trauma, you have to clean the wound out. You can't just bandage it up and leave the infection inside the wound.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, you got to fix that. But here, how about this? Here's the crazy thing. All the mistakes you made, she still was like, yo, I'm down. And then when she said that, you were like, oh, you down and I ain't shit? Something must be wrong with you. How could you? This is what you basically said. How could you like me? I've done everything to sabotage this on every single level, on every chance that I've got. I've even made problems and you were still down. So I'm going to cut you off because you think I'm worthy.
Yeah.
You need a consultation immediately. And anybody that relates to this, you gotta fix this. Because you did everything you did everything to sabotage this, and when you couldn't sabotage it, you just pulled out anyway.
Well, I think the reason why I sabotaged it is because, well, besides me not feeling worthy,
I'm not asking you why I already know why. You sabotage it because you're not worthy.
Yeah. Well, even if I had gone through with it, I wouldn't have the tools needed in order to like be able to maintain it or to keep it up. So I decided to just, hit the exit button before I fucked it up.
Okay, so you're going to do that every time until you have all the tools? Like, look, life is not about getting to the finish line, dude. Life is about the process. Life, love, relationships, life in general is like music, right? We don't not play the song because it's going to end. You understand? So even if you were in this situation, right, and you weren't ready, you could still make mistakes and stuff like. Do you think that somehow when you lay the 5 bricks and you do everything that I say that you're not going to have no problems and there's going to be no obstacles and it's all going to be perfect? Because if you think that, if anybody out there thinks that's what I'm selling, you got the wrong motherfucker. I'm not selling that.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm telling you is life happens. And if you listen to what I'm saying, if you internalize the principles, if you understand the concepts, then no matter what happens, you can adjust. You can make it okay. And sometimes you can't make it okay. Sometimes you have people grow apart and relationships end. But do you not have relationships because they might end? Do you understand how crazy that is? That's like you get your dream job and you don't take it because you might get fired. That's like you win the lotto. They say, okay, you won $40 million. You go, yeah, I don't want to take it because I could end up broke afterwards. Do you understand that that's the same logic?
Yeah, I think the way that
No, stop. Do you understand that that is the same logical premise?
I understand, Dante. But for example, like the concept that you just brought up of like applying for the job because you're afraid you might get fired. What if you don't have the what's it called? The how when you get hired for a job usually requires you to have a permit or a license or some type of expertise in that field. What if you don't have those requirements?
Did she ask you for a permit? She asked you for a dick permit?
No.
Did she ask you for a relationship certification?
No.
Did you not present yourself as who you were?
Yes.
Okay, and she made the choice to what? To do what?
To still pursue it.
Okay, and so who's hiring you in that position? You or her?
She is.
Okay, so she said you was good enough, and you said not. You're not.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this. You're right. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do, man.
Get a consultation, dog. This is absurd.
Yeah, I'm sorry for upsetting you, bro.
No, you're not. You're not upsetting me. Look, wait. Let's be clear. You're not upsetting me. It's just when I hear this, right? And maybe it's just that that we didn't cover this in time, but it just makes me go, okay, how can I be better to communicate this so that I don't want guys to not be clear about how they're going to respond to this. And don't get me wrong, I without a doubt, I feel like, I don't feel responsible for it or whatever. What I'm saying is, I just want to crystallize the way to approach this. And if I didn't make this clear, because I mean, you're saying 5 bricks and this and that. So I know clearly you've been listening to me for some time. And so my question is, I'm not frustrated with you. If anything, I'm frustrated with myself. I'm saying, what didn't I communicate that would not make you take this shot? Like I just, seems a lot like hold on. I want to read a couple of these contents as we talk about the ladies having trauma. This is East Coast Casey. He says it seems like a lot of dudes have some level of trauma too, where they can't just be honest and normal. Absolutely. And then he says, he goes, I mean, that's a lot to say. It's more so just looking at the bigger picture. What's going on here is the stuff that happens with people of all. Yeah, I know that. Hold on, he had the East Coast said something. Dante, you got this where it was. He goes, Dante, you got to realize though, not everybody is about the song, bro. Some people are just about the milestones, practical logic, simplicity, and structure. There's no depth. There's no depth that you speak of. I'm not sure what that means, but here's what I do know. Here's what I do, Casey. This is what you have to understand. All you have is right now. You could want 2 weeks from now. You could want it to be Thursday. It ain't Thursday. So whatever conceptually idea you think of how time happens chronologically, you can only make the decisions that are in front of you, whether or not you're talking about logic, simplicity, or structure. Time doesn't work that way. You understand? So you can only cross the bridges that you come in front of first, and you can't cross the bridges before you take the path to the bridge. So you're absolutely wrong. And what depth? No depth that I'm speaking of. That's an absurd. And Casey, if I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, that I'm gonna open up the lines. You can call in and we can discuss it, because I'd love to know what you're really thinking about. But I will tell you, people who lie, the truth comes out. No way or another, one way or another. Okay, yeah. But Casey, if you don't understand what I'm saying, is you do not have a choice. You have to deal with the things that are in front of you, right? And it doesn't, like, here's an opportunity. Here's the thing. If you, not Casey, but I'm talking about brother, what's your name on the phone again? I'm sorry, brother.
Will from Jersey.
Will. So what I'm saying is, even if you had pursued this, right? And then at least you're on the court taking shots, even if you're shooting air balls. There's so many people that are not even on the court. You cannot learn this stuff from the stands. You got to get in, roll your sleeves up, lace your sneakers up, and get on the court and make attempts to fail. And trust me, you are going to fail. That's going to happen. This is not stuff that you've learned before. And understand this. I don't expect you to understand all of it. I expect you to make mistakes. All I give a fuck about is the fact that you're in it with a real chance and you're willing to take the shot. We can adjust your form and where you shoot from and what you're capable of, and we can adjust that later. But if you don't get on the court, like this girl did everything in her power to try and get you, and if you asked her you want to have sex afterwards and she didn't go, yo, get the fuck, she should have said, fuck you, I don't even know you, motherfucker. She didn't even say that. So she probably would have gave you some pussy anyway.
Yeah, I guess what she wanted to meet me first. After
you're missing the point. You need a consultation yesterday, because you don't even understand the point I'm saying. I'm saying you did everything wrong. And when you did it wrong, she took the punch and she came back. And you're asking, well, I guess that's not the point. The point is the fact that she said, when you said you want to have sex after we meet up, you hadn't even met this girl. You had not even the report. I mean, y'all could have met up and the whole thing could have went left, right? And you'd be like, well, you said you wanted to fuck me, so ain't we going to like what are you thinking? Not only that, you didn't even know if you wanted to fuck her. I'm quite sure you would have, because your self-esteem is low enough that just you would go, oh, okay, even if I don't like her, I'll fuck her anyway. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
So any of this is there's a lot of trauma and stuff going on and insecurity. I don't know who fucked you up and who told you, but whatever they said, they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. Because here's the thing. You literally, whoever, your mama, your daddy, your aunt, your grandmother, whoever told you that you wasn't worthy, clearly you acted like you weren't worthy, and this girl was still trying to hit you off. Like, do you understand how horribly you did in this? And she was still...
Oh, I did a horrible job.
Yeah, but she was still ready to go out on a date. And when that happened, you was like, oh, no, something must be wrong with her because she likes me. Do you understand that that's what you did, right?
Yeah, I operated on fear, and because I didn't know how to handle it, I decided to hit the exit button and leave.
And it didn't matter what, and even with that, she was still, I guarantee you, if you called her up and said, listen, I was really scared and I didn't know how to deal with it. I bet you money that she would, I bet you she would give you another shot. But
I believe you, because
that's up to you.
I need to get the consultation first.
But I'm telling you, you need and anybody that thinks like this. Here, okay, hold on, let me get this. But yeah, Will, you gotta, man, you gotta talk to me soon, okay? Okay?
Yeah.
All right, Will.
I got you, brother. I'll try to make this.
I mean, the good side of this, the good point of this is that even though you did everything to fuck it up, she was still trying to hit you off. You know? You were intentionally fucking this up. And she's still with like, I'm in. Okay?
You got it, bro.
So
Thank you so much for the help, man. This is exactly why I called you. She sees more value. I know I needed a slap in the face.
She sees more value in you than you even see. Okay?
You got it, bro. Thank you so much for your help, man.
All right, brother. Later.
All right, peace.
Let me hear what he says. I think I get what you mean, Dante. You have to try, fail, get up, try, and have experiences. Learn how to grow in life. Yet you can't watch from the sidelines or read about how you're absolutely right. That's exactly what I'm saying. This is the one story of one dude who happened to find this show. Imagine how much this is. I know. I mean, I just in my mind, because I'm even recalibrating myself, is the fact that I think that he thought that I was upset with him. I'm not upset with him. And I'm not upset with anybody. Understand something. This has to be a safe place. If it is not a safe place, everything's fucked up. If he can't call here and tell me, yo, I fucked up, and it'd be okay. What's your name? Where you calling from, family?
Hey, what's up, Dante? My name is John, and I'm calling from Atlanta.
What's up, John? How you doing?
I'm all right, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How can I help you, bro?
I'm all right. Yeah, I just wanted to see what your input on a situation that I'm in right now.
Let's go.
So yeah, I've been on and off with this chick. She's about 10 years older than me.
How old are you?
Kind of came around. I'm 35.
Okay.
Yeah, so she came back around about 2 weeks ago. She kind of like threw a little joke at me, so I'm like, all right, you know. So
what kind of joke?
Just a friendly joke.
What did she say, John?
It was something about she's Dominican and I'm Dominican, so it was something about an apartment, like, you know, like some chick that she won a pageant, and they asked her, "Oh, what do you want?" And she was like, "Oh, I want an apartment or whatever." So it was kind of lighthearted. But
Wait, what do you mean? She
so
was trying to say that Dominicans don't get up. All she wants is an apartment.
nah, so it was like, yeah. I mean, you know, DR is not the richest place, right?
Yeah, I get it.
So
But
this
what was
girl,
she? What was she trying to say? She was trying to say that all Dominican want is an apartment. Is that what she was trying to allude to?
I mean, I don't know about the joke,
You
but I
got
was
to know
taking
what
that
the
as a
joke. If
sign.
you thought there was a joke and you thought it was offensive, how did you take it?
Well, I told her I didn't understand it, so then she started sending me videos and all this stuff
And
of
what did she
this
send you?
girl that she wanted. Say what?
What were the videos?
It was the one about the pageant. So I didn't understand the joke because she sent me a video with her and her girlfriend laughing about an apartment or whatever. So I guess she thought that I have seen this video because, you know, I mean, Dominicans are pretty big on like kind of staying up on like whatever's trending on TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah, okay,
videos,
yeah,
right?
but I'm still trying to
So
understand. Did she ever explain the joke?
yeah, she did later on, but I mean that's
Okay, what
besides the
was
whole
the
point.
what was the joke?
You know, the joke was the girl won a pageant and some dude was asking her, "Oh, what do you want? An apartment or this money or whatever?" And she was like, you know, like kind of crying that on stage or whatever, like. And she was like, "Oh, I want an apartment or whatever." It was. I didn't really laugh at the joke, man. I didn't think it was
I
funny.
understand it, but I'm trying to
You know what I'm
understand the
saying?
joke. Is the joke that Dominican women are poor and they want an apartment more than they want
What?
money? Is that the joke?
Something along those lines.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I would say
and she's
something along those
Dominican,
lines.
and she's Dominican also.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
So
But, so why did you find this offensive when she was making fun?
nah, I didn't find it offensive. I took her hitting me up with this joke stuff as like her coming back around because you know we on and off. So I'm
Okay.
like, all right. So she's using that as a thing
All right.
to kind of come back around.
Okay.
So I kind of filled her out and was like trying to be buddy, but she was like, "Oh, why you acting like that?" So then I'm like, "All right, cool." So we back on, like we back messing around. So then I kind of like go back and forth with call her, and then so I work traveling, and this week I was here in town. So I hit her up on Wednesday, and she's like, "Oh, I'm assuming that I'm gonna see you this weekend." So I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm setting it up. She's like, "Oh, either Friday or Saturday," but Saturday she works. So I'm like, "Well, you know, I want to take all night, so I'm gonna take Saturday instead of Friday,
Right.
Because she's gonna have to work on Saturday."
Right.
So, you know, I tell her, "Yeah, I'm better on Saturday," and then I sent her two places. I sent her one in Airbnb, and I sent her two this like this little downtown kind of area where there's a lot of different bars and like
Okay.
things to do.
What'd she pick?
She kind of, I don't know if she pulled back because I sent the Airbnb, but she was like, "Oh, something came up. I gotta go do this," and I'm like, "All right, cool." Like, so then I told her, "I'll call you later. We could talk about it." So then when I call her, she's kind of telling me like, "Oh, you only want to use me to fuck or whatever, this and that." So I'm like, I mean, I don't look at it like that because I'm giving her different, you know, I'm not just
Yeah, it's
using her
like you're
like that.
actually
But that's
planning.
part of,
You're planning time. Like, yeah, you want to beat, but you don't mind going to a bar, doing some stuff, or da 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 da. And she took it.
yeah,
She took it one way. She stepped in because she wanted to get that thing beat up. And then when you set it up to get it beat up, she started feeling a certain kind of way because you set it up to beat that thing up, right? But that
yeah,
wasn't so. You kind of like this chick.
yeah, I like her.
Okay.
I like her.
So what's the
Yeah.
question?
Well, I mean, like, where do you think the whole pulling back came from? Like,
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Here's
It
what y'all
doesn't.
gotta
Okay.
understand. Stop trying to read into, trying to figure out like some cryptic, spy shit. If you got a question, ask the question. Why is it hard to ask the question? If a
Gosh,
chick,
yeah.
I'm not stop messing with me. If I get an older chick that I used to deal with, and I had this recently, somebody hits me up and they go, "Yo, hey, what's up? I saw you online. I saw you was a da 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 da, and da da da. Yo, my daughter." And I was like, "Yo, we hooking up or what? You gonna let me knock the dust off of that or what?" And then you know what she does? "Oh, you so fucking crazy. Yo, you so wild. You don't change a bit." And I go, "Well, look," she'll be like, "My daughter, she just graduated from Howard, and she's out. I'm an empty nester now." What you said? So you alone in the house? You need me to come in and knock the dust off that thing while you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and then if she goes, what is she gonna say? Like, the honesty of it is what the honesty. Why else are you calling me?
Yeah.
You got a whole ass life that you was dealing with. And then you got a whole you sent me a joke. Bitch, we ain't joke friendly. We fucking.
Yeah.
So if you hit me up, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, what's up?" Now, that doesn't mean that I'm a dickhead. That means I'm not. It doesn't mean I'm not going to take you out to dinner. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to spend some bread and do some stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Because I don't do that anyway. That's why you calling me, because I'm dope. So when you gonna let me knock the dust off that thing? When you coming to New York, or what's up? And then she'll go, "Oh my God, you so crazy. You didn't change a bit." Exactly. That's why you like me. Because I'm not beating around the bush. And I've also had chicks like, I had a chick tell me, she was going for her PhD. And she said, I can't, she's like, "I can't be fucking with you." I go, "Why not?" She was like, "Because you be trying to pack a lunch when you eat my pussy. You want to, you serious about this." And she says, "I need I need my focus, because I'm trying to get these classes right. And the last thing I need you to do is you string me out again, and then I can't study and I don't finish this PhD." And she was like, "See, you don't know how to take it easy." And I was like, "Come on now, you bugging." She was like, "You see what I'm saying? She said, you don't even have the decency to lie to me, to tell me, yo, I'll chill." I didn't even say, because I'm not going to chill. I was like, "Come on, you stop playing. You know you want to blah, 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 blah." And she's like, you see, you won't even lie to me enough to bait me in so I could have plausible deniability. I'm like, "Yo, don't worry, you're going to be good. You'll be good." Yeah. She's like, "Nah, I can't. I got to get this. I spent too much money on this video." But you know what I'm saying? The point is, she don't get to do that tripping thing. "Oh, it seemed like you da 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 da." And even if she goes, "Seem like all you want to do is use me," you go, and if she says that, we're like, what would make you think that? And then when she says, she goes, "Well, you such as," I go, "First of all, I sent you 2 different places. I don't do that for everybody. Realistically, I meet a chick at the bar, smash her in the car." I go, "Second of all, I gave you 2 options." I go, "If there's something you want, I like you. Just tell her that. Yo, I like you," because you're not lying, right?
Nah, 100%. And I sent her, the Airbnb I sent her was it was a fly joint. It wasn't like no.
You don't even have to make excuses. Yo, this is what do you understand that I was getting ready to book an Airbnb so that we can hang out and play house for a couple of days? Now, if you don't like me like that, that's fine. But this was that ain't cheap. It ain't cheap, and if anything, it's thoughtful.
Yeah.
Now, if she has a problem with it, it is what it is. Then she go, "Well, what's the problem?" And she, "Well, it just seemed like you want to use me." And you just go, "Look, you hit me up with this goofy. I just tell the truth. It's always, you hit me up with this goofy joke that I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. We always off and on. I go, but I like you, and I was happy to hear from you. I didn't get your dumb joke. So what? But the joke it wasn't about the joke anyway. It was about us reconnecting. So we reconnecting. We're not going to talk about it. You know, it's like Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah.
But then I go, okay, but now I'm a monster because I gave you two options of where we could hook up. When she said, I guess I'm gonna see you this week. Was she not thinking about fucking? She didn't think that fucking was in the game.
I'm pretty sure. I don't really see.
Of course she did. So now she's feeling a certain way because she don't want to feel like a slight. Just tell yo, you're bugging. I like you. Trust me, if I didn't like you, I wouldn't do any of this.
Yeah.
So stop playing and figure out what you want to do. And if you don't want, that's fine. But I don't go for that where there's this ambiguous, like, what went wrong? I got to figure out. No, I'm going to ask you, yo, why are you acting like a fucking weirdo?
Got you.
I like you. You like me.
Yeah.
You like fucking me and I like fucking you. And we're going to spend time together. It's like, why are you being a weirdo?
Yeah, she be saying this thing like, every time she come back around, she's like, oh, I'm trying to find the man that I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with or whatever. And I'm like, cool, this and that. But she just keep coming back around.
Are you on that time with her? Is that a possibility with her or no?
She don't want to have kids, so and I don't have kids yet, so I want to have kids.
Well, then you gotta look. Here's my I like you and I really dig you and all that, but you don't want to have kids, and I gotta have kids. So just be honest, dog. Then you don't have to sit up and rack your brain about what does it mean when she said this and what is that? Like I don't care about here's the thing with me. I don't care about nobody that much that I gotta fucking do a fucking, Sherlock Holmes shit to figure out what the fuck is going on. I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah.
If I'm calling you and I'm going, yo, come through, and you like, well, I gotta, yo, I'm gonna go, yo, you don't wanna fuck?
Yeah.
Because this is what it is. And then this way, there's no ambiguous idea about what's going on and what's not going on. You feel me?
Got you.
Okay.
So I should tell her that
everything that's
I want
honest.
her on my rotation, or what do you?
Yeah, you don't even go there. Just, yo, I like you, and I'm trying to spend time with you because I like you. Now, if she says I want somebody I can spend the rest of my life with, and she's putting it to you, and you go, well, you don't want to have kids. I don't have a problem with that, but I don't have kids, and you don't want to have kids. So I'm not gonna not. Do you understand how selfish it is for her to know that she doesn't want to give you kids, but still want? Because what she's saying in essence is, I don't give a fuck about what your needs are. You're even willing to give her the relationship, right? But you're not willing to give her the relationship with no kids. So in other words, I want you to do everything that I want you to do, and you get nothing of what you want to do. And otherwise, and then I want to fuck you, but I don't want you to say you want I want to fuck you. We got to act like we not going to fuck, even though you hit me up like, yo, I'm going to see you or what? What's up with that dick? And then when I go, yo, here's the Airbnb, and then you go, oh, so now all you want to do is fuck? Like, here's what you're not going to do. Yeah, this is weirdo shit. And then when you get a situation where a woman will not take responsibility, and then they'll try and flip it like it's you the one that's acting crazy. I'm like, yeah, you're not. I'll go, you know what? We good. I'll holler at you later.
Yeah.
Because we could end this relationship yesterday. But I mean, I'm older, and I'm not going to I have enough things in my life that I have problems with that I don't have control over. I'm not going to add you to it. You ain't that dope. 100%. Like, you're not that dope. I don't like you that much to let you disrupt my peace. I don't care how bad you are. I don't care how much the blow, how much the head game. I don't care. Look, beat it. Because I'm confident that if I want, it's easy for somebody else to call me up and be like, oh, my daughter just graduated USC. I come through there. And the reason why she keeps coming back, you got to understand this. Why do you think she keeps coming back? You think she's not fucking and searching when you're not around?
100%.
So then why is she back? Because she didn't find nothing to beat your time. Because let me ask you this. What would have happened if she found something better?
Shit, she would just go back to that.
You wouldn't have got no dumbass Dominican apartment joke.
Yeah.
You got to use your head.
Got you.
So call up and, yo, you're bugging. And if she talks, I want somebody, well, then I want kids. And if if you don't want kids, then we gotta keep it where it's kosher.
Yeah. You know how it is too, Dante. When they older, they be going through all this.
Yeah, because the clock is ticking, and she not as fly as she was, and she sees the writing on the wall. But then what she wants to do is like all of her early years when she because I guarantee you there was some dude early on, a nice guy who all he wanted to do was marry her and do everything she wanted to do. She blew that nigga off. That guy exists. That guy might be in the comments of the fucking live right now.
Yeah. I be telling her that. I'm like, yo, like, you know, I don't believe that whole shit that you can't find. I'm like, you know, she fine. So I'm like,
she fine. Here's what, it's not where she can't find, it's that she want you.
Yeah.
Here's the difference. When a guy has an apartment and he goes, I ain't got no food in the house. You know what that means? He got a bottle of water, right? He got a bottle of hot sauce, right? And some leftover bones in a styrofoam fucking takeout plate. When a woman says, I ain't got no food, she got groceries that she don't want to eat. So there's guys hitting on her, but there's guys that she don't like.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You feel me?
Got you.
So just call up and just say, and maybe like some roach eggs and some pink medicine. Like that's what when a guy goes, yo, I ain't got no food now. That's what he means.
Yeah. Okay.
Half a flat beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you as a woman, you could always find somebody to take some free pussy. You can't. You got all. There's all the dick in the world. The price, the commodity of dick is low. It's lower than the inflation has got it low. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
All right, brother.
Sir.
Later.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, D.
Of course.
All right, man. Easy. One.
Let me get this open. Let me see. Casey, I'm worried about you, bro. Get a consultation. You got some stuff going on. There's some pain there, and we need to fix it. He said, I'm still recovering from this last call. And later, I was 5 years. We broke it off like a year ago. She was cool, and then she didn't operate at the same level of depth. She was looking for 1 + 1 = 2 or for more. I don't play house. We're making a life, growing together, changing and being there. 90% of the women out there might not be a match for you. Yeah, that's true. Also, as you upgrade who you are, Casey, what you will tolerate is less too. But that's because it's like if you like drinking wine and you become a wine connoisseur, you don't drink wine out with a screw top no more. You know what I mean? So that eliminates all the cheap shit that you get at 7-Eleven that might even be good, but I'm not drinking no wine with a screw top. You feel me? So, I'm worried, Casey, because if you're triggered by that call, then you're still going through some stuff. That's what I'm worried about. But if you need me, I'm here. One-on-one consultation, DanteNero.com, click on consult. And this stuff, you got to clean those wounds out, man. Anybody out there who's hurting like that and this stuff resonates with you, man, you gotta figure out a way to let it go. You gotta let it go and be new, because you can only, like I said, you can only move forward. And if you're moving forward, whatever happens, has happened in the past. And I don't want to belittle or demean people's trauma, but what I'm saying is you carrying that trauma to the future doesn't help. It doesn't help. And I think I'm one of the few dudes who are not just talking about technique, but what I'm talking about is you having a healthy mind where you can actually be who you want to be. Y'all not playing tonight. Y'all ain't let me off the phone today, boy.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Lab from Seattle.
What up, Matt? What's going on?
I just want to call it like a real small kind of a thing, but I wanted to know how to deal with it under the principles of ACE. So
Yeah.
anytime I go out and I'm like, shopping or something, like today I went shopping with my girl at the mall, and this dude, he starts like selling me about, like, he ropes me to a conversation, salesman style. And in the moment, what I feel like doing is completely just walking away very abruptly, not even saying nothing, or even like give him like the no hablo inglés. But those, like, I don't know what is like the right way under principles to deal with a situation like that. Like, is it empathetic to just be like,
what is
fuck,
okay?
Like, it's
what
not
is
empathetic to be like, fuck off.
what is his intention?
He's trying to sell me, like, that's 100%.
Okay, and if you don't, so do you think he gives a fuck about the fact that you're uncomfortable?
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
I'm
so
100% comfortable
you don't
in that
have to have
situation.
empathy for people that don't have empathy for you.
And that comes to like people. I mean, I guess he's doing his job, but it's like too much. I hate that shit. Like, I really don't like
Then you gotta have enough confidence to go, look, I'm not really interested, dude. Thank you so much. I'm out. Let's go.
It's not just confident. Like, I'm with my girl. I don't want to make her put her in a. I mean, I'll do it. I don't give a fuck. But I want to know, like, I asked her. She said she's cool with it. Like, if I just walk away. So, but I just want to know, like, what about, like, also here's a little tiny thing. What about like kind of fucking with people? Like, I don't really do that because it's not.
You don't have to do.
Like,
you can say, yo, look, I'm not really interested, my man. I'm with my girl. I'm not really interested, and you can walk away.
Okay, cool. All right, fair enough. Yeah, but what about like can I ask a question about authenticity?
Yeah, sure.
So, like, I follow the comedy scene a bit, and I've heard people talk about how Jim Norton. Well, you guys are like, comics will be at a bar, and then they'll ask Jim, like, what's the bartender's name? He'll completely make something up. So the entire night they're calling the bartender the wrong name. That shit is like, that's fun stuff to do, but you can't really do that if you're following ACE, right? Because it's even on a like.
He's being a clown. He's just. I mean, I don't want you to get to the point where you can't be fine. You can't have fun. We, especially as comics, we trash each other all the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a little bit of a different situation.
Okay, fair enough. Like, I figured there's like, obviously there's nuance to it, and I'm not like lying about who I am. I'm just kind of having fun with it. And
yeah, I mean, there's a difference. Yeah. There's a big difference, and there's a huge difference in that. So. It doesn't mean you can't have fun. I mean, if you watch me on Godfrey and other people's podcasts, I trash people all the time. But I'm not doing it with the intention of hurting somebody's feelings,
Yeah, because that would be unempathetic.
That is not only that, but that's a good. He's never done that to me. That's a good joke. I'm taking that.
What?
What's the bartender's name? Harriet. Excuse me, Harriet. Harriet, let me get a. Why are you calling me Harriet? Jim Norton told me you. That's hilarious. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think you gotta, look, you could still have fun, But if you see that somebody's feelings are hurt, then I'm not somebody that puts my foot on the gas because of that. So It's just not what I do. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. And that's just a part of the principle, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a personal thing to do and just part of the Bible you created, right?
Yeah, I don't. When it comes to me in the Bible, I'm like we got a bad relationship. So.
I kind of want to ask another question. I'll say for it because it'd be a long.
Go ahead. Real quick.
I'm not ready to debate it because I like always since I started watching your content, always wanted to debate like determinism. I don't have the time now because I would like to talk about it like for like an hour. But
what do you mean? What do you mean by determinism?
It's the belief that free will is an illusion.
Yeah, I mean that's not really the place for this. But
just under the guise of like Ace and how I felt like when I learned about that and then I followed your principles, I felt like they coincided completely because like if you understand that nobody has a choice in their life, then you can only be empathetic to everybody.
I would agree with that. I that wouldn't be something that we have to debate.
Yeah, absolutely. Or like, I'll call maybe next week, this week, we'll see, whenever I have the time. But I would love to pick your brain about that, only in the context of Ace, though, not necessarily just
in general.
A theological.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, bro.
Appreciate you, Dante. Have a good night.
I'll holler at you, bro.
For sure.
I like it. I like that my fan base is smart. That's dope. Cause man, you some dumb motherfuckers out here. For real. Hey, big question. Buddy Hooper says you've been listening to Black Phillip for a few years. Aces, you always be authenticity, credibility, and empathy. Always tell the truth, always keep your word, and always have empathy to understand that other people have a situation and a life that you may not experience and may be different than yours, and not to belittle that. So quick, thanks for welcome, buddy. Appreciate you. Welcome to the family. I mean, we're going live. We go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays whenever I'm in town. What I'm gonna start doing is I'll start making a post if I'm gonna be in town on Thursday or if I'm not, so that y'all don't have to. I mean, everybody. Here's what you do too: like and subscribe on the YouTube, or like and subscribe and hit the bell so that anytime I do go live, then y'all can tune in. Y'all know you'll get you'll get a notification that I'm live, and if y'all can listen in, y'all listen in. But I'll start sending you guys a note and stuff like that so that you know where I'm at. Let me go through this real quick. Damn, we've been up for almost 2 hours now. God damn, y'all got me working. Shit. Don't forget the Patreon. Please sign up. This is the best way to support the podcast if you like what we're doing. Sign up for the Patreon. It's patreon.com/manschool202. Y'all know the Cash App is up. It's $, Dante Nero. Please send me some money. And you don't have to. You can send me the money after the show is off if y'all found any anything that you thought would help you when you want to help out the show to keep it going. I appreciate that. Cash App is $ Dante Nero. And the one-on-one consultations, if y'all need to talk to me directly and we need to get that infection out, one-on-one consultations, DanteNero.com, click on consult. And if you don't have Cash App, here, we can do this too. The PayPal is Modest Guru Inc. If y'all don't have the others. Let me see. Love y'all, man. Thanks y'all for coming through. I didn't get through everything, but GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, What Would Dante Do? The Sexual Revolution is being podcasted. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Sophie and Colocho and Glitter and Edgy Comedy and all the people that was checking us out on Zayamara and Letitia and all the people on TikTok. Don't worry, I'm going to be going live on TikTok soon. I'm just working on that stream key so we can combine the whole family together. Yo, appreciate y'all. GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, What Would Dante Do? The Sexual Revolution's being podcasted. I love y'all, man. Peace. We out of here.